everyone. Welcome back to Cool America Live. I'm Lindsay Vetterall. Every now and then, two artists collide and change the rhythm of their generation. Reagan York and Jillian Smith are that collision. The creative pulse behind S&Q Films, where story meets scroll and film school meets feed. In less than a year, they've taken 48-hour challenges and turned them into award-winning cinema, crossed from TikTok to theaters, and built a new blueprint for Gen Z storytelling. They don't just direct films, that they direct the future of how we experience them. Reagan and Jillian, I'm so excited to have you here. You guys have built something that feels electric, a mix of artistry, innovation, and just pure storytelling. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh my God. Thank you for that intro too. I know. I was like, wow, like the future of cinema. That was so sweet. Like we are so excited to be here and chat with you. And yeah, we're so excited and honored.
Yeah. Well, we're honored to have you and can't wait to pick your brains and get to know where all this magic comes from.
We're here. We're an open book.
Yes, ask us anything.
I love that. I love that. That just means it's going to be more fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we get into your projects, I kind of want to start on a fun note. So if your filmmaking style had a smell, a taste, or a sound, any of them, what would it be? And what's the weirdest thing that might come with it?
Okay, that is such a good question.
I smell, a taste, and a sound. I think if it was a taste, it would be an energy drink.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like Celsius bubbly, like it's very like, and energy drinks always have the most random flavors where it's like blue bursting bubbles and you're like, what is that?
That is
taste?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Right?
And it's like chaotic too.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense sometimes. It's a little bit like you can drink it at any time of the day, which probably isn't healthy, but that's kind of how we see our filmmaking, I think. So funny.
I feel like, wait, this is kind of random, but like another, I guess, because you said taste, right?
Yeah.
Another taste would be like ramen. Because something I love about ramen is that there's like so many different parts in it. Like basically it's like a whole experience when you're eating it. Like you have the noodles, like there's so many different things in it. And I feel like we're kind of, I don't know, we're discovering and we're exploring, and there's so much like
and it's
our
cozy.
films.
I love it. I love a good bowl of ramen. Yeah.
So
I think we're just hungry. I
know.
It's okay. I feel that.
Right?
But I mean, I have to say, the way that you just described that, I mean, you can already feel this visual world that you guys both live in. And not only that is, I feel like there has to be an energy drink for S&Q Films in the future coming up because it just sounded so great.
Oh my God, we will manifest that because we are definitely consumers of energy drinks.
Very much so, very much
and
so.
coffee. We literally both have coffee, right?
Love coffee. So, I'm still drinking my coffee too.
Yeah, wait, cheers.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, I think yeah, energy drinks, we're here for that collaboration.
Yeah, we're down.
We're here.
I think it would be magnificent. And I know it's like it has to be blue now that you said that, because like the blue bubbly, like okay, I'm digging it.
That's
digging it.
They always have it will either be something like that or like a firework flavor. And I'm like, what does that taste like?
It's always so crazy.
It's so random. But
I love it.
Taste for sure.
Totally love it.
Should we dive into smell? Smell? I think we do have an obsession with candles when we work. I feel like it could be kind of like those 3 seconds after you blow out a candle when it smells kind of like smoke.
Love that.
3 seconds. And it smells so good.
And it's like a mix of the flavor of the candle with that like smoke. Yeah, with that smoky feeling.
Wait, right? Because it's kind of like layers of things that you like, and it's how we feel when we're in like post-production of like the satisfaction of like the candle has burned, but now you get to enjoy that like little glimpse of satisfaction.
You're like, this is also
I don't know how this is coming out. I just like randomly just smell a lot of candles. But yeah, what would you say candles?
I honestly agree. I agree. Candles, energy drinks, that's pretty much us.
That's and taste. Was taste the third one? The taste oh no, we did taste.
We did taste.
Yes, you did taste. So it was taste, smell, and or sound.
Sound. Oh,
that's a really good one.
Ooh, something with like like an orchestra where it's like a bunch of like so many instruments. Yeah. Like or like an electric guitar too.
Ooh.
You know, because it's like
she's really good at soundtracks. Like
I
she knows.
I love sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Big
put
Hans
those
Zimmer.
two together, the electric guitar and orchestra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Honestly, yes, that.
I agree. I was thinking like one of those we're on different pages for that. I was thinking one of those like really hollow like caves and it like echoes and sounds like 30 different voices.
Ooh.
It's like so many things are going on in our brain.
Wait,
and like an
yes.
echo. I just thought of echoes.
And it's like very like trippy. It's always like disorienting when you hear an echo and you do it.
And you're like, was that me? Because we usually after we make a film, we're like, what is it about? Was that us that made that?
Yes.
It's like a new discovery of what we're doing every time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like getting thrown
I
back.
love that. I love that.
Echoes and orchestra.
Oh my God.
I love it so much.
Orchestra in a cave. That's echoing.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That has to be it. That just sounds incredible, actually. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Love it so much. Oh, goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have to know, because I have to know where all this inspiration comes from and this creativity, because it's so mesmerizing. But was there a cinematic memory that you can remember from your childhood? Like maybe something you saw on screen or a moment in your own life that kind of felt like a movie scene that got this whole thing started?
That's a really good question.
That kind of like started that love for film. I know that I did theater in high school, and I remember it was like my freshman year, I did an audition, and I feel like when I did that, that was the moment that I knew I wanted to like get into that side of arts because I never thought I could. And then doing that then led to obviously like the filmmaking side and behind the scenes. But I feel like actually I kind of forgot about that, but that was the moment for me that I knew I could kind of go into that world.
Yeah, no, that's such a good taste because she has so much acting experience. So it's like we constantly balance. I can't act to like save my life. But I love the behind the scenes of like being behind the camera and watching it happen. I think when I was like 13, I used to make video stars on like an iPad. And like when I did that process, they were like the worst little videos, but my parents were like, you should try it again. Like so I got a little bit of validation in like really bad short videos. And then yeah, I feel like I used to just watch, I think I watched The Martian and I was like, how did they film on Mars? Like, how did they film in space? And I'm like, that was a big one for me that I was like, wow, how's this possible? And then I think I was like, video star. Green screen myself on the moon. Like it was, yeah, through that, I think.
Yeah. Well, both, I mean, hey, it both works. And now you're here and you're giving us all this entertainment. So it worked out. And I'm really glad for that. So both of those moments, we can just give a big woo to.
Oh my God. Thank you. Little us would be like, what?
I know. We always think about that, like our past selves, like looking at what we're doing now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird.
I wonder what smaller high school version you would say about now, the now you.
Oh my God. Really good question.
Honestly, I think I would think I was like so cool. Honestly, I would be like, because I feel like I was so shy as a freshman and just in high school in general. And I don't know, just to like see myself like going after things, I would be like, ooh, like go queen. Like
I think I'm similar to like I was also shy. So I feel like I would be scared if I saw it. I'd be like, I would be like, how am I gonna talk to people like that? Like it's so interesting. But I think the shyness is a lot of directors feel the shyness. 'Cause it's like a way to express yourself without having to stand in front of the camera. It's really fun to like be able to do that.
I feel like it helps with like being intuitive too.
Yeah.
Like very like aware of our emotions and everything.
Yeah.
We both kind of had that experience.
It's like therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true. You don't really think of it that way, but whenever you're more shy and more like introverted, you have all this time and you reflect more on yourself. And you kind of overthink things before you say them probably. So, I mean, it gives you a one up in communicating with other people and working together because you just initially listen more than you talk anyway. So
Yeah, true. Because we kind of understand too, even with, actors, if it's like
yeah.
overwhelming for them or
Mhm.
it's like they're feeling kind of that shyness, it's like we can relate to
Mhm.
that.
And
So,
structure like our set to do like those easier scenes first to warm people up, especially when
mhm.
they're like new actors, because it's like even having a big camera lens in front of your face is like weird at
Mhm.
first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that empathy, I think, probably resonates so well with them. And it's part of the reason that you guys are so good at what you do because it shows through. So that's a
Aw, thank
you're
you.
really good.
I know, that's so sweet.
It's so good. Well, I'm giving you all these cheers over here, but I'm like, let's talk about cheers.
Oh
So
my,
That
it
was a crazy transition.
that was
it premiered at the Academy Award qualifying LA Shorts International, correct? And it won Best Annual Female Film.
Mhm.
Okay. And passed 100,000 YouTube views. So, what was that ride like? Seeing it connect both in film festivals, but then also with an online audience?
Oh my gosh. I think the film festival experience can't be like nothing can one up that because you're in the cinema and it's like on a massive screen, which first of all is like so wild because we're used to editing on like our laptops. So
Mhm.
I feel like that experience is like unreal to us. And so that was, and just meeting people online, it's like putting faces to all of these people and like
Yeah.
very community feel to that.
Because we got to meet like so many people
Hmm.
who like follow us too, and they came and it was like it was the craziest experience ever. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, like we know you guys, S&Q." We're like, "What?" And you're here, like it just blew our mind. So being in the theater with that energy was like,
Hmm.
oh,
Hmm. And that was like reaffirming why we're doing it and why like those long hours are so worth it. Because I
hmm
think when we post videos online, it's that same feeling, but seeing it in person, it's like nothing can beat like just face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really fun to like be able to connect with people that like are also in the space, and then it's just like a very cool back and forth of us all building each other up. So I feel like the
hmm
vibe was really good that
Very
day. Yeah, we still live on those moments where like the grind and the pre-production and like those 6 months of us just like staying up and grinding on it. It
locked in
was
our
yeah,
cave, and then it's like the payoff of that. It's like,
yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah. So
it's so rewarding.
that was and winning the women annual film was just like we actually didn't prepare anything or like
Yeah.
we didn't even I was like literally we were talking about it before the award got announced and we were like, oh, don't put on lip gloss, like we're not gonna go up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Oh,
And then when it got called, I was like, oh my God, my lips are so dry.
Same, I know I couldn't even talk. We don't even know what we said. To be
No,
honest, we kind of blacked out.
we can't watch it.
oh no. Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
it worked out. That's just crazy though.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how surreal that must have felt. Like you're here and the people are recognizing you and wow. That just
Yeah, it
sounds awesome.
Oh my God, thank you. No, it was very surreal to get the recognition because the reason we were doing it was just to connect with people. So then when it got some type of credit to it, we were like,
hmm
wait, this is very like it felt really good and rewarding in that sense of like it was just about the art instead of like the huge space behind it that we were also
hmm
building. For a second,
hmm
we could like step away and be like, wow, like it is validating our storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine that has to feel so good and it's just so cool because you guys really have managed to bridge that traditional cinema and the digital world too, which I think is honestly brand new and something that's going to continue. So you guys are really just kind of pioneering it for everybody.
Oh my God. No, that's honestly our biggest goal of merging the spaces, I feel like.
And kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause I think we started posting in like 2023, and it's like we didn't even start with that intent too. It kind of just happened. And then
Hmm.
I feel like after that, we've seen kind of, other people start to also kind of bridge that gap, like do that same thing. But it's crazy, like thinking back to when we first started and how much people resonated with just seeing the process, seeing the behind the scenes. And it's like so cool having now both aspects where it's like obviously making the film and all of that side, but then there's
Hmm.
such a big community aspect behind it. And it's
Hmm.
so, oh my gosh, it's like on our most recent set, we had like 100 extras, I think, from our actual like S&Q community that we did like the day before. We're like, who wants to come on set?
Yeah,
So
that's
great.
awesome. That
Yeah.
is so cool.
It's
And just
it's so
getting
fun.
bigger.
Yeah, no, that's like so the goal of just growing the space. And it's our initial posting was just to ungatekeep that space because we felt like there really wasn't any film content at that time that was showing the process. And so we didn't know what to even follow. We were kind of just
Yeah.
like thrown into it. And at the same time, it really worked because we couldn't overthink anything. And we were like, what we're doing is fine. And yeah, we made a lot of mistakes through that, which posting videos about even those moments are like are so rewarding because people relate to it and then they're like,
Yeah.
hey, it's not that much pressure. We can just try things out and it doesn't have to be like perfect every
Yeah.
time.
And knowing that that's like a part of it too. You know, there
Yeah.
are gonna it's inevitable you're gonna make mistakes. And I think,
Mhm.
yeah, sharing kind of the good, the bad, just all the raw sides of it. People just love.
I think
Yeah,
it's so important that you guys do that because that it just shows everybody, hey, look, we are human and it's okay to be human. And it's really not about the mistakes you make, it's what you do with them. And I guess how you approach them afterwards. So that kind of message, especially for younger people, is so important. I think it's fantastic that you guys put it all out there and it does make you guys so relatable. But I mean, you're already so down to earth. So it's, but it helps.
Yeah.
So you've had international success, right? With Wait and now Cheers, both winning major awards. How did that early recognition kind of shape the way you approach what comes next?
Ooh, I feel like when going from Wait to Cheers, there was like a big jump in that because Wait was just like the 48-hour kind of film contest. It was very, very, small crew. It was just us, our DP, and like two actors. And I feel like then going to Cheers, we had, much bigger cast, crew, like a big jump with that. So then I think in this most recent one that we did, it's like that same big jump. So it's like kind of showing us we can keep going bigger, especially seeing that like our Wait winning things and like we didn't expect anything from that. So that was definitely like very validating for sure.
Yeah. And I think through each film, it's almost like a workshop to us of learning more about how things work even on set. And I think even on the last film, it was our first time having a built out crew rather than just like our DP and lighting. We had an AD with us. We had a couple more PAs and BTS, and it was just very fun to see how the collaboration can elevate us as directors because we got to focus more on the pieces that we enjoy, which is like the hands-on directing rather than like
Trying to
figuring
manage.
out what time someone's pulling up. Like it was very nice to elevate ourselves in that way. But I think, yeah, as we keep growing, we just want to make longer films and dive into like the feature space and just keep pushing for like new actors and learning ourselves how to work with actors for a longer period of time is our next like big thing.
Yeah. And even, like Reagan said, it really is each film like a workshop. Like this last one, we were sending each other so much inspo just from lenses, and we're like, okay, we're gonna like use all of them. So it's just for us to like figure out our style, what we like, and it's which is so fun. So fun.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's such a great perspective. I mean, and also you have your films and they balance identity and transformation and all these stunning visuals. How did that voice develop? And has it evolved as S&Q has grown and it's grown so quickly?
Yeah, I think we've always like had a fascination with these like visual with faces and like the effects of transitions and figuring out how to like slide from one scene to the next. I feel like that has always been fun for us. And even in like Jillian's content with transitions, it's like we've merged so many things and things that we enjoy watching stylistically. Like we loved Whiplash with like the motion and like Damien Chazelle taking inspiration from like a lot of artists that we looked up to years ago and just like merging it with like the chaos we like to watch.
Yeah, because I think we have kind of what we love is both sides, where it's like you have that visual, you know, aspect with it, but then also staying grounded and having that like emotional side with the characters. So I feel like it gives a really, you know, cool perspective when you watch it, because that's something that we enjoy, where it's that very, you know, visual and just crazy, but then at the end of the day, it's like it's the emotion with that. So that's been really fun to explore as we move forward.
Yeah, relating it to our audience too. I feel like of a lot of them being in the same era of life as us, with age-wise, and us just being younger directors and figuring out what we really relate to and like making that as raw and authentic as we possibly can. I think we saw like a little gap of people in their 20s and the stories behind that feeling really real to like this point in time. And I feel like that's part of the fun of just figuring out how we can tell stories that we really, really like us.
Yeah. And I love how you touched upon that like raw authenticity that you guys have, because that's magic in and of itself. And it's so rare. So that to have that, I think, is another reason for your success, because it shows this transparency, and you don't get that everywhere. So it's really important. And kudos to you guys for doing that and pushing through it.
No, it's so fun to do because we're like, we don't have to overthink because we're like, this is what we relate to. It's like the easiest thing in a sense of like, once you're more vulnerable with that story, I feel like it's like about yourself. Like the stories are about us. It's pretty obvious now.
Yeah, and it's so much like easier to also direct too, in that sense, because like the story, you understand the emotions of the characters, like you understand the story to a T, rather than just like not knowing anything about like a random script and not knowing anything about that. So it definitely like resonated with us a lot. So I think that's gonna, you know, show through in for other audiences.
Absolutely. And that makes so much sense too. And I can absolutely see where you're coming from with that. I'm sorry. I gotta realize that my charger thing fell out.
Oh no, good.
It's okay. Oops. Okay. Can you still hear me? Because it's gonna make that weird noise.
Yeah,
You're good. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, sorry. Okay, so Reagan, I'm going to start with you real quick. You've built an audience of over 4 million by translating movie magic from big productions like ExoKitty, Wednesday, Tron, even interviewing Tarantino. How do you balance that viral digital creator energy with your passion for directing cinematic stories?
Wow, I feel like it's recently gone more hand in hand than it has ever before, just from us working on more projects and relating to things. But it is really fun for me to jump onto these sets and just see these productions being on massive stages and the size of these things, rather than like when we're doing these really indie productions. So I feel like from that, I just get to make these viral moments happen of things that I'm like enchanted by on these big sets, and like camera movements, or just like moments of actors, the movie magic behind like why they're looking a certain way, and like the awkwardness and the funny moments that I think a lot of film sets feel very serious. And so it's like to break through and show these like goofy moments is one of my favorite things. And I think whatever I am like in awe by on set, I just fully think the audience will feel the same way, because we're like in the same perspective of like these things are cool, and I don't think they're shown as much as we need to show them and make it like more accessible. So yeah, I would say it's definitely merging with what I see as viral versus like what we're also doing. It's kind of like a hand in hand like balance there. But yeah, whatever we enjoy doing usually ends up performing the best, because we're like just in the moment. And I think we don't overthink too much anymore, of just posting whatever and hoping the audience will feel that. So yeah.
I love that. And it's such a unique lane that you've carved out. So I have to know, is there a behind the scenes moment that you've captured like on set or on an interview that still gives you chills when you think about it?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. That's a really good question. I think the Tron set was my biggest feature film production that I was able to hop onto, and it was like my first time being on a set that big. The TV series sets are really fun, but they're on a smaller scale, it seems, because they're like on smaller stages. But Tron was just insane of the things that we got to see. I didn't get to capture the moments as much as I just like memorized them in my brain. But yeah, just seeing the stages being so massive and having like they were filming two scenes at the same time, which is really
Crazy.
interesting. I was like, this is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Then it made me think like Jillian and I would be perfect for that because we
Yeah.
could each be on one set.
No,
Absolutely.
it's also like so nice too, because like Reagan's mentally, taking notes and then is basically like
right.
bringing it to what we can apply to our sets. So it's like
Yeah.
it's so good for experience wise to be
Uh-huh.
able to have that.
Yeah, it's just fun. I just try to learn as much as I can, but like at the end of the day, just helping the productions elevate their social media presence and just being a fly on the wall is my main job. So I'm just like hiding and freaking out internally, but it's so fun. And yeah, just being on a big set like Tron was like a dream, and I
So sick.
would live inside of that stage if I could.
That's so cool. I mean, Jillian actually touched upon the next question that I have for you because
Oh,
I was wondering, like, is there a feeling or a moment that you've carried with you that hasn't made it into your films yet, but you know it's going to someday?
Oh, I think we love like being really crazy with the effects that we can do and just seeing visually I like witnessing cranes or like these big camera equipment pieces. I think every time I leave a set that has a lot of those higher technology things that Jillian and I would like die for, I'm like we definitely want to experiment with more of those pieces of equipment and just making our camera movements even crazier and adding different just pieces of style.
pushing. Yeah, we just want to go bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, even like underwater scenes, and just I don't know, I feel like every time we storyboard, we're like, okay, what's doable here and like what's the dream shot? And then we meet in the middle of like our budget isn't these studio films, but if it was, we would rent an entire boat or like
Yeah.
massive ocean tank. Like we've literally talked about renting like these huge stages. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a dream to be able to work in a space where you can be like openly creative and like everything is doable, which is like every filmmaker's dream. But yeah, I think merging just like the technology and understanding what is possible in film is the biggest thing of like, wow, we are excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait until you guys get your hands on those things because it's gonna be crazy.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine the behind the scenes of us too. We've like joked
Dude.
we're like hanging from the crane.
Yeah, no, we literally are like, get us on the top of this tower. Like we want to do like crazy motion visually like crazy scenes. So,
Yeah.
Might break the internet, so you gotta be careful.
yeah. No, we're here for it.
Love it. And just for fun, if Hollywood made the Reagan York story, who would play you and why?
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a really good question.
That is a really good question.
I always get that I look like Emily Blunt. I don't know if it is a thing, but like I feel like, and we've crossed paths with her once. We didn't
Yeah.
get to say hi, but I'm like, she had good vibes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have gotten comments about that, so I might just have to default to that. But oh gosh, I'm like, anyone would be better at acting than I am. Like, please don't cast me. Like, that's all I gotta say.
Oh my God.
You could cast Jillian. Well, you can't cast Jillian because Jillian will be in the movie.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. She can play both of us. We can clone her. It's honestly
Perfect.
we are one.
We can
at
do
this
that.
point.
We
Yeah.
edit.
Yeah. Clone me. Clone me.
That's so funny. Okay, and Jillian, you have got 5 million followers. You're Emmy nominated for Nick News, and you've built a massive audience through your makeup and transition videos. How has that journey from acting to directing changed the kinds of stories you want to tell now?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I feel like when I first started acting, that's all that I saw. Like I wasn't necessarily super like interested in the like behind the scenes and like being on the other side. But I feel like when I started going on sets, I was like very curious and I was like, wait, that seems like so much
Mhm.
fun. And it kind of just evolved from there. And especially when we started the 48-hour contest, that was like a confirmation of, okay, like I love this. And I think acting too, because I love acting so much, it's given me a good perspective on being in their shoes and knowing, how to direct actors as well, because I've gone to a lot of acting classes, and so I kind of take what's resonated with me most too, and try to apply that to our sets. So I think it's been really fun being on both sides, and I also think they help each other, where like acting makes me a better director and directing makes me a better actor too, because you basically just get to know both sides of the world. Like after directing and after we've looked at self-tapes, I have a completely different perspective on how I would now do acting self-tapes, like completely different. So it's cool seeing how all that knowledge kind of like affects each other in that way.
Oh, yeah. And it almost sounds like you're getting this inside sneak peek, but then you get to put it and apply it back. So,
Yeah, totally.
I love it. And when you're crafting these viral transitions, do you ever think, I could totally sneak this kind of magic into a film scene one day?
No, and we have. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like I am such a also perfectionist when it comes to my transitions. I'm like, I will not post it unless it is like absolutely clean and that people can't even see where the cut is.
Yeah.
So we did that with like Wait, our first one. There was a few transitions in that, but the one that we started with and kind of built the story around was her like falling back. So it was her, in the car, and then she fell back, and then it transitioned into the water. And then I think in Cheers as well, there were a few like little transition moments, but but Reagan knows like how long I spend on it too. Like I will literally drive myself crazy going between like one frame and thinking that that's gonna make like all the difference, which in a sense it might, but also probably not. But
I know when Jillian says we got the right take, that we got the right take, which is like so helpful.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jillian, is it gonna work? And she says yes.
I'm like, it's gonna cut. It's gonna cut. Like we're good.
Yeah, she's like built in. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's overthought it like 500 times in her head.
Oh yeah. No, and I literally like see it. I literally see me in the editing room, like, okay, like the cross dissolve there and a mask there, and it's like we can make that work.
Well, I think you need to do a class so I can take it, so I can learn.
Yeah, I'm down.
I need all the help I can get. Okay, it's a serious thing. And I'm sure, like, if I could just send you the interview and you can probably edit it, you're gonna probably look at my editing skills and be like, "What in the world is this chick doing?" Like,
oh my gosh, no. I'm honestly only like it's only for me editing, because I'm like I don't even think that much into like other people. I'm like that's like that's them. But I'm like me. I'm like I have to get it right.
Yeah. Well, you're bringing this digital creativity into cinema, and that is so cool and such a great crossover. And you've also taken some huge creative swings. What do you think, in your terms, has been your bravest leap so far, and what did it teach you?
Ooh. Honestly, I feel like we've kind of talked about it a few times, but I feel like I'll go back to the 48-hour film contest, because previously I never thought I could do directing or was even necessarily like super interested in it. And the film competition, I had acted in it previously, but so that's kind of how I knew about it. And then I told Reagan about it, and she was like, wait, we should direct it. Like we should get into that side and try it. And I feel like it was very, nerve-wracking at first, but like also having each other where it's, it's both our first times like making a film essentially, was definitely helpful. And yeah, I feel like that was one of the biggest leaps, because it was totally diving into like an unknown world, an unknown space. But that's also the most rewarding, because often when you do that, you figure out what you love. You figure out like these, crazy things.
Yeah. And it just brings life into that whole phrase of big risk, or no risks, little reward or something. I
Or
can't
low
remember.
risk, low reward, high
That's
high
it.
risk, high reward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
There you go. Thanks for being my brain for a minute.
Yeah, I was like,
Decided to just shut off.
No, it's so literally that's why there's two of us because only one brain can work at a time.
Yeah. I feel like I would totally need a partner if I did something like that.
Yeah, right? It's like a life hack. It really is.
it is.
It really is. I feel like it might be. And now I have to ask you, who would play you in the film of Jillian Smith?
Hmm. Let me think. Um, who would play me?
Yourself,
I,
probably.
Oh
wait, okay. I mean, if
no, it's your question. You gotta go.
oh man. Okay. Well, what were you gonna say though?
Do you have nothing?
Well, okay, I've been told I like sometimes look like Sydney Sweeney before, but I don't know. People have commented that a
But
lot.
I feel like it's more of like a Sydney Smith. I think, is it Brooklyn Decker that I'm thinking of, like a combination of two?
I think I know who you're talking
Like,
about. I've also who's the girl? Oh my gosh, she was in Whiplash. I've gotten told I look like
Oh.
her. She was the girlfriend in Whiplash. She was also in Supergirl.
Wait,
I'm
you
trying
know
to
what
remember
I
her
was
name.
gonna say though?
What?
well,
What?
I know who you're talking about. I can see it
Yeah, right?
with a little like Margot Robbie thrown in there.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say vibe-wise, she would be Jennifer Lawrence because Jillian's like so goofy and like
Oh my God, wait,
it
that's
just like
funny.
says what's on her mind, and I feel like that's like the best trait.
I know it's like one or the other. It's like super overthink or just like no filter.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's perfect. But I feel like Jennifer Lawrence is such a good actress. I like love her.
Oh my God,
And
I love that.
I feel like
Yes.
yeah, I could see that.
I love
So if you go
yeah.
wise, that would probably be because then she would get your whole essence, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, or Emma Stone. Emma Stone's one of my favorite
Oh,
I
actresses.
love
Love
Emma
Emma
Stone. I do.
Yeah.
I love her too. She's so
Yeah.
wonderful.
So
So
good. So
yeah.
good.
All right, we have to talk S&Q Films. So you have built a production company that's reached over 300 million impressions in just 1 year. How did you go from making online content to running a full-blown studio so quickly?
Oh my God. I think we still don't process that like it is a studio and like what we've done is built a company at the end of the day because it's really just been like us having fun online and shaping like our creative like the films are the priority. But I think yeah, throughout time it's just kind of built its way and we work really hard behind the scenes to make that happen with like our community building on Patreon and just making sure we're like offering and helping other indie films at the same time whenever we're in like post-production. But I think we just really see big goals for everything we do of having like those feature films and making sure that we're just like setting ourselves up and learning what roles we like the best in the company and yeah.
like all within that as we, keep expanding and growing bigger, always keeping that community aspect is like top priority, like so important to us. Like as we move on to make a feature, like casting, still those first time actors and showing the behind the scenes, like keeping that essence of who S&Q is once we grow bigger. So that's really big for us.
Yeah, but so weird that it's a company now.
I know.
Well,
It's
even when we're
incredible. It's so incredible.
oh my God, thank you. No, even making like the S&Q film account, it was like our first 100 views, we were freaking out. And I think it was also scary to like start when we first made our first couple posts, we like deleted them. And we were like,
we deleted our Instagram too.
Yeah, we did.
Because we had like 3 followers and 2 of them were us.
Other people
Oh,
who
man.
are like, thank you
Sounds
for
like me.
yeah. And so I think it's been like a roller coaster, but it's at the end of the day, like we haven't stopped working on it for those 2 years straight. And it's been like a constant, like we wake up every day and this is what we think about.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like the passion is what guides it. But yeah, it's just like our dream. Like we
It
love it.
really is. And I think that's like why we have so much drive because it just stems from that passion of like, we just love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I love it for you. And I love how much you guys love it because it shines through and everything. And it just makes things that much better. When you're brainstorming new ideas, though, is there like a process that you guys go through? Or what does it look like? Quiet, focus, creative chaos? I know there's caffeine. I know that's involved.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a mix of both. Like we have our, chaotic, crazy moments, but also like we will be like working next to each other and not say a word for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's like it really depends because there's so much that goes into running S&Q as well because we do every side of it. But I feel like creatively we in terms of like also coming up with ideas we're very like we said before, we're very visual people. So I think starting with that, like starting with our strength and then building out things from there, we always like to start with that.
And it's also just like stories that we are connecting with, or like things in our daily lives where we're like, wow, why isn't this talked about more?
Yeah.
Or just like personal things that we're like, I bet someone else out there relates to this. Like it's very much just us writing down bullet points of any thoughts, ideas. Like no idea is a bad idea in our early stages. Honestly, in any stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just going things. Yeah.
Because this past film, we somehow rented a bus, like an actual LA Metro bus. And
Yeah.
I like driving to, I think it was near LAX, and I sent Reagan a picture of the like a lighting outside of the bus at night. And it was like this cool green lighting. I was like, wait, this looks so cool. And I think Reagan was like, oh my God, wait, we need to film in a bus next. And then it actually happened.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Recognizing our surroundings and because we're so visual that like we can literally see a colored light and we're like, oh my God, this is like perfect for this scene.
Yeah.
I love that.
Things. Yeah, it's just it
Wow.
literally just happens and it works and we just full send it.
We just go with it.
Yeah. We just go with it. With the bus for sure. That's the full send.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you touched upon being able to sit beside each other for hours and not say a word, but that speaks so much for your partnership and how you're comfortable in that silence where some people aren't and they just try to fill it. So I know every partnership has to have a little bit of creative tension. So do you guys, if you ever disagree on a scene or an edit, how do you work through that?
Ooh, I think honestly, because people do always ask, they're like, do you guys ever argue? Like, how is this working? Because it's such intense environments that we're in.
Oh, yeah.
But I think a lot of the prep, getting out all of our thoughts in that process is like makes everything else like we are seeing the same image in our heads. And I think sometimes it's funny when we have different takes on scenes because we'll try both versions and then it always ends up with us agreeing.
Agreeing or somehow combining
is a big thing.
Yeah, where it's like almost unintentionally too, because like we'll always like speak our mind and like I think something so good like we always hear each other out like even like the craziest most absurd ideas and then it's either like okay let's get even crazier or giving a different perspective and then it somehow ends up even better with both sides.
It definitely the merge is what helps us elevate it too, because I feel like even when we're walking through storyboards, like we use this whiteboard and draw out what both of us see. And I feel like sometimes we're looking at a scene from a different angle. Like both of us will be like, wait, to the left or to your left or to your right. Like, it does get confusing because our scenes are very technical in that sense. But I think drawing them out and we will literally act out the scenes as the character.
Use our phone too
and
for
we'll
like
sit
shots.
here and like literally pretend that Jillian's like driving the bus. So we've done that. We've literally done that scene. And I think those moments of like that extra prep, because it's like two brains having to get on the same page, exact same page, is worth it. But it's very much like it takes us more time. But it happens so quick in the same
It does. Yeah.
And not touching upon that, like compromising and how important it is, but the communication is insane and it has to be there. And from hearing it from you guys and the success that you have found with your strength in communicating with each other, and even if it's not the easiest thing to say out loud, the fact that you trust each other enough that you can, is so healthy. And it's such a great message to put out there to anybody, really, not even just people that are doing what you guys are doing or what I'm doing, but even in a normal like work setting where they have to work with coworkers and everything, it's such an important message for people to learn how to communicate in a healthy way like that.
Yeah. And just to like understand, like everyone is so different. Like it's inevitable. Like we're all gonna have our own perspectives. And I think like understanding that and realizing that, because it's impossible for two people, it's impossible for us to like have the exact same take. But you know, it can be like very similar. But I think, yeah, that's always important to understand. And bringing that to our sets too, we're very like collaborative with all the crew members, all the actors too. Like we try and give them creative room to express themselves in the best way, or like how they see the script, how they've interpreted it. So I think yeah, in us realizing that with each other, we've brought that to the sets and everything we do.
I was just about to say that exact same thing. And then I was like, wait, are we the same thing?
Wait, that's so
Might be.
Wow, she covered it. Yeah, but it is very collaborative. And I feel like having a safe environment on set is like the best thing you can do if you want everyone to be on the same page and you want it to be creative. And it's going to elevate your project no matter what if you have more brains thinking of different things and options. And yeah, I feel like that's the vibe.
yeah.
And there's beauty in that diverse thinking. And, you know, you can always, you have two brains. They always say two brains is better than one. And when I was teaching, I used to tell my students, like, when you're working with somebody else, it's important to listen to them, because then their ideas mixed with your ideas grows another idea. And then it's even better. And so, yeah, so that's just really cool. And then to see that come to fruition, I bet is just so rewarding and amazing. Love it.
Yeah. When it happens, we're like, oh my God.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Or when we see it on the monitor and we're like, you saw that exact same thing. And we're like, yeah, like, picture these like scenes, and they sometimes even location scouting. I'm like, this is exactly what I saw. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Okay, so we're gonna switch gears for a minute. If you woke up tomorrow inside one of your own films, which one would it be, and what's the first thing you're going to do?
Oh my gosh.
I think it would be, which is such a hard, like annoying answer, but it would be our upcoming film. And I think it's because we, for the first time, really like world built in the sense of like it's nostalgic. And so it's kind of like living inside of a very nostalgic world.
Yeah.
What else can I say?
I know. I feel like we're really excited for this upcoming one, and like I feel like I don't want to.
It's like
we're
a
not gonna,
dream
like,
state.
Yeah. That there's this really cool thing that happens in it, and I feel like waking up, it'll make sense when it comes out, but like being in that world would be like crazy. That would be insane.
And I think we can say at least like what it is. Like,
Yeah.
Because I think the dream state scene happens in like this childhood nostalgic rug. And so I think it's like that green rug with like the cars and the lanes on it that everyone's like, why does this feel so nostalgic? Yeah.
My brother had that in his room.
Oh my God.
It's so funny because it's like everyone somehow like had it or knows about it. So that's like representing, like that's just like the childhood like nostalgic feeling. Like it makes you feel something
it's
when
like
you look at it.
I've always wanted to live in that world, and I think every little kid believed we did. And so I'm like just living there. I want to live in that rug. And that's kind of a little glimpse at our upcoming film.
Yeah. And I
cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
You're so hyped.
Oh my gosh.
And okay, so another one, if you could collaborate with any non-film artist, like a musician, a painter, or maybe even a chef, who would it be? And what would your project look like?
Ooh, this is a really good one. Musician.
I mean, I don't know if this counts because like he does film, like it's Hans Zimmer or Ludwig Göransson, like so good. Or Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. They're also
they did
so
Tron.
good.
They did a recent Tron. Yeah. And so we're very musical people. I feel like that would have to be the go-to. Chef would be sick. I wish I knew more chefs.
I feel like, you know what? I feel like I know it's like basic Gordon Ramsay, but when you think about it, he has no filter. So it's like I feel like that would be fun.
You're so right. I think he could bring some dimension to us.
Yeah.
And he could yell at us sometimes. Sometimes we need that tough love.
He'd put us in our place.
Yeah. I feel like I'm here for that. And we would also be fed.
Yeah. Like really good.
Well fed.
Yes.
I'm here for that, and also Hans Zimmer, of course.
Yeah. both.
I think that is a collab the world needs. Okay, so like let's get on that. Chop, everybody, let's do it. Make it happen.
How are we gonna do this?
We're gonna just get some good food going and then hope he appears.
Yeah, summon him.
Love this so much. It's like the best. And I really, it has to happen. It just has to happen now.
Manifesting.
We're
for sure.
putting it out there. Yeah.
Need to. Please do. Please do. And so one more off the wall type, say money didn't exist. You had an unlimited budget. What is a dream project that you guys would really love to do? Or maybe like a dream with the message inside of their dream project?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, whoa. I feel like definitely we'd want to travel somewhere and go somewhere also, because like all of our followers are like, it's international, like they're everywhere, like across the US, but also just like across the globe. So I feel like going to different locations, that would be, oh, that's like, if money wasn't in the question, that would be like ideal.
I agree. And I think it's also the dream story is just like something that we again relate to. And I feel like we have so many stories within our brains of like things that we haven't seen yet. And I think it's just like being a girl in your 20s and getting that raw like emotion, but also like playing with those more like trippy aspects of like, we love Christopher Nolan's films as well. So I feel like merging the two is kind of fun. We always say like a Greta Gerwig, Christopher Nolan mashup.
Yeah.
Is kind of like in our brain.
Having that heart, but then Christopher Nolan's like crazy sets and exactly.
Yeah. So I feel like a massive production in that sense of just like bringing those two worlds together, but also traveling the world. Of course.
At the same time.
Of course. We're gonna time travel, we're gonna have some tears and call it a day.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Like I'm over here thinking in my head, you got my great creative brain like flowing right. I'm like in my head thinking, oh my gosh, if you're talking about like a girl in their 20s and the things that they're battling, like, and you want to go to different areas in the world, you should go like they're battling maybe the same thing, but in different countries or.
Yes. Because like at the end of the day, we're like all human and we all have like similar, like,
and we're living on
similar experience.
Similar paths, but it's like, it's kind of.
Absolutely. I think that sounds amazing. Okay. You got it. Totally. We're getting. I'm sorry. I'm getting off track here. Okay. Focus.
I know. We just start writing a script.
I know. I'm like, wait, should we just go into pre-production?
Okay. So lightning round. So the first thing that comes to mind, you both get to answer. No thinking. You're not allowed to think.
Okay. No thinking. Okay.
Favorite film to rewatch?
Interstellar.
Whiplash.
Coffee or tea? Well,
Coffee.
Coffee.
The answer for both of us.
There it is. Your go-to hype song?
Party rock anthem.
Oh gosh.
No thinking.
I know I'm not thinking. That's why it's not coming to me. I really like anything by Post Malone, I would say.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Love him.
For hype.
Yeah.
Dream festival to premiere at?
Sundance.
Yeah.
I already know this one, but scripts first or visuals first?
Visual.
Absolutely.
Why are we saying that?
I know.
One word to describe each other's artistic personality?
Trippy.
Insane.
Yeah. Okay. We always say trippy.
I know.
Visuals. Abstract.
Abstract.
Abstract. That's a good one. And what is something the other one does that always surprises you in the best way?
She always somehow gets coffee every morning, and no matter what.
Like artistic. Jillian, I would say her sleep schedule surprises me. Yeah. This girl is not on any time zone.
No.
But she works really well under pressure. That's my big thing. I'm like, Jillian.
Also vice versa.
Yeah. She can lock in and like she can also take a 5-minute nap and it does something to her. And I don't know what it is, but so her 5-minute naps are unheard of. Like they're crazy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And favorite go-to snack?
I mean, I was gonna say Oreos, but I don't even have Oreos that much.
Oh, we have whole crafty underneath this desk.
I love Baby Bells too.
Oh, High Chews.
High Chews.
High Chews.
We love High Chews.
It like
my
brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. That's awesome. I feel like you guys might actually share the same brain though. In some
I know at this
Wait,
point.
why did we give the same answer?
I know.
For some reason, I'm like, I thought that was we had to, but we didn't.
I know.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
it's very
But
similar.
the cohesiveness. I mean, I'm here. I'm digging it. I love it. It makes it wonderful.
Yeah.
These were the important questions for snacks, and this is like we have to set the vibe every time we work.
Yes.
And
yes.
snacks and coffee
And like lighting, I will literally like take like 50
Yeah.
minutes to like get the lighting in the room
we'll have
and
like,
get a soundtrack in the back, like
Yeah.
as we're about to lock in.
we'll have like 20 minutes. She takes 15 of them to do that, and then she frantically submits something, and I'm like, Jillian,
Like we have to get the vibes.
I'm like, the vibes are we need to submit.
To submit. I love it. Well, you keep her like you're like her timekeeper, and I love
Yeah.
that.
That is kind of
that's
true.
happened where it's like even like really quick too. When we were submitting weight, I was spending like so long on this one little transition, like this one frame, and Reagan was like, "I'm gonna be so for real. Like we have to submit right now.
That's
like you have
probably-
to start exporting."
That was like the most serious moment we've ever had together. I was like, I was yelling at her. I was like, Jillian,
Like wait, just give me one more second.
I was like, you need to.
I just need to find my Reagan because I'm like that. But see, I'm also like this, like, get it done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I also get the perfectionist side, so it is hard, but I'm
Yeah.
like,
You're able to like
I
step
just
out of it and be
know.
like, no, there's
Yeah.
like, are we gonna make this perfect or are we like,
it's like
we
now
have
or
to submit?
never.
Yeah.
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 I just get this overwhelming stress that eats me alive. It's not fun, but yeah.
Oh my God.
but you have that balance, and that's important because I mean, Jillian and I would just be sitting over here like, we're gonna spend 3 hours on this one thing because it's still not exactly how I want it to be.
And then by then the deadline would have passed and we would have been
Yep.
like,
And it didn't matter anyway.
I'd still be there. Be like, just one more frame.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, I love
But
it.
it works. It works.
Yeah.
Yes. Before we wrap up, and I really hate that I have to say those words, but we have two signature questions. It's kind of like a cool America rite of passage. So thinking about America, what do you find cool about America, whether it be the culture or the unified stance between all the differences in the states? Is there anything about America that you find to be very cool?
I feel like we have so much of like the terrains, like even like we were talking about earlier, like we have the beach, we have mountains, we have what in I think like Arizona, like the crazy rock, like those structures and like the parks too, the national parks. Like we really have like so much. In Seattle, like we have like the snow. It's I feel like we have every like terrain and it's just it's beautiful.
That's a good one. I think I would have to say like the arts, like the diversity in like the culture and arts. And I feel like there's so many, even when we go to film festivals and see like the panels of like every different type of story is told. And it's like, I just think that is the best way to like study films is to watch films. And I feel like every time we go, it's just so eye-opening. And I think people are so brave and like forward with like their stories and owning their culture. And I think it's just fun to like get to learn about other people in different spaces and at all. Like we have so many cool arts state like places for the arts and being in LA as well. We're like so lucky to be in this place where that like supports the arts. But yeah, just being like supported in like such a rare job is really like we're very thankful for that.
It's so true what you said too about like film festivals, like going because often like films too are like vulnerable because it like it's like insight into someone's personal experience, and we just like always take so much and learn so much and brief after where we go to film festivals and see the films being shown. So totally agree with that.
So
I think
watch films.
Crazy that you say that because those are the answers that I get from like people that don't even live in America, like all the people that I interview that are from London or Ireland and they it's the same thing. They all say the same stuff, like how it's just so wonderful. You can go from this place to this place in America, and you're still in the same country, but it feels like you left completely.
Yeah, totally,
Mhm.
totally. Even like
Yeah.
Catalina Island, we went there like last year, and that literally feels like a completely different country.
It's
Like
Greece.
yeah.
Yeah, I could.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's wild. And so to flip the script, what is something that you think is cool about you?
Oh, self-reflection.
I know. I'm like,
I think that we just do it and don't overthink, and like we've gotten a lot of comments or being like, "Oh, like you guys should stick to like this space," or like that it's too hard. And I feel like even going through like broadcast production, like film school, it was kind of hard to like believe that this path was like real and happening, and
achievable,
it's
yeah.
achievable. And I feel like we just don't think about those things, and we just full send a lot of the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
And then we
I was gonna say something similar where it's just we, no matter if we know how to do something or not, we just
Mhm.
like go into it, even if that's like going into it blind. And that's how we first started. And we've
Mhm.
realized like that's the best way to learn is to just like do it. And you can't prepare a lot of the time. Like we didn't know how to direct at all.
Yeah.
And like, we're still learning. So I think that's always been like a part of S&Q, a part of like our dynamic is just going into it no matter what.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's exactly why you're both making waves, because you're fearless, fresh, and you have so much fun to watch.
Oh
So-
Thank you so much. You honestly have been so sweet, and like all of your like the research you did, and like just like
Yeah.
I feel like this talk was so uplifting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm motivated.
Yeah, like thank you so much.
Of course. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down and talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
That was
Thank
fun.
you.
This was so
I know
fun
this
for
was like
us.
our dream morning. We literally sat down. We were like, "What are we about to do right now?" Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
We get to talk about like these things. Like it's so cool.
It.
Cool. You
Well,
were
Yes.
go. Yeah. No, I love it. I am so glad, and it has been so much fun. It's literally just inspiring and heartfelt, but fun and lighthearted at the same time. So, I truly do appreciate it. Yeah, so well, there you have it. They've turned timelines into timelines of cinema, merging community with creativity and proving that storytelling doesn't belong to studios. It belongs to anyone brave enough to hit record. What Reagan and Jillian are creating isn't just film, it's a pulse. It beats through timelines, screens, and stories, connecting audiences who crave something real. S&Q Films is where art meets algorithm and emotion meets innovation. From Wait to Cheers and beyond, they are showing that emotion still leads, art still matters, and the next great filmmakers are already here, building the future one frame, one follower, and one fearless idea at a time. And if this is only the beginning, the future of filmmaking just got a whole lot more exciting. I'm Lindsay Vetterall, and this has been Cool America Live, where women creating together aren't just changing the industry, they're redefining its heart.